Well, prior to Alexa Grasso breaking through against Valentina Shevchenko, no one had fought her as closely as this Brazilian talent, Taila Santos. A lot of fans felt like in UFC 275 back in Singapore that she should have been the athlete to emerge with the split decision win. Of course, that is neither here nor there. She's an outstanding striker, undeniable knockout power at 125 pounds. Can lean on her grappling if need be. Tonight, though, she is focused on striking, leg kicks, jab. She believes her power will be heard from before fights end. Valentina Shevchenko put together such an amazing legacy in the UFC women's flyweight division. I never thought I'd see another champion close that gap, and yet here we are with this dominant champion defending her title yet again tonight.
Just greatness. That is what she is. She is greatness in the truest sense, because she goes out there every time to build on her legacy. She is not out here just fighting. She is fighting with the intent to be considered one of the greatest of all time. She is the champion of the world, and she plans to stay that way. And when you're this good, people start talking about belts in second divisions. She wants to stay at flyweight. She wants to chase further greatness and another golden opportunity in front of the champion title. All right, let's get to the tail of the tape for this flyweight championship fight. We go inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the UFC Flyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Taila Santos. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the World, Takahashi.
Herb Dean, third party in the octagon tonight. All right, so here we go with this women's championship fight. She won her last fight by knockout, successfully defended the title. And in this division, a lot of women have succumbed to her power. They think they know what's coming, but once they feel it in the octagon, it's a totally different animal. So obviously, the #1 contender tonight believes she's prepared for what's coming back. We'll see how she deals with the early offensive onslaught from the champion. Santos' lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken, but starting to show some obvious signs of swelling. Looks as though that kick to the body got through. All right, so a pretty good series of kicks by her there as she continues to really land at will tonight.
I mean, there is no tell to when she is going to throw that kick, and before her opponent can react, the leg is already back and loaded up again. She gets in very close and gets to the single collar tie.
Oh, and there's another combination. She's turning this into a sparring session.
She's getting up, yep. Oh, beautiful level change. Gotta be careful here.
Back to her feet now. Good sign for her there. Well, pretty good recovery by her opponent after being stunned. But we see this all the time, right? If you don't close the deal, that's about as big a body shot as you'll see. Let's see if she can close the show here.
She landed that strike perfect. She was looking for it, and she found the moment
argue this is as good. Oh, ankle pick to get this fight down. So
Shots going on right here.
Oh, heavy shots continue to rain down. Lands a good series of kicks here. Well, she went for it there, but she missed. And sometimes when you miss that badly, it can really tax your... Back to the feet. Santos goes in for the takedown now, and she gets it. Beautiful transition and adjustment by her there after she was getting worked pretty good on the feet.
She gets to the single collar tie. Look for her to try to move her opponent to find openings to land uppercuts and shots right up the middle.
Oh, she's hurt. Round two coming up next. All right, well, nobody's calling for a doctor stoppage just yet, but she has had no answers for all of that damage up top.
She's had no answers. I mean, she has gotten beat up from the very start of the fight. And we spoke about this, John. We spoke about trying to change something early. She didn't, and now she's paying for it.
Well, they haven't called for the doctor yet, but she is swollen. Doesn't look at all like the woman who walked out here a couple hours ago.
Yeah, she got beat up in that round. She took far too many shots right on the target. She has got to do something different on the defensive side, or this fight is not going to go long.
Here we are, early round two. Well, she's able to get that.
She is such a diverse striker that big strike landed, and it looks like she's going to finish this fight. When you're in the clinch, you can pull down on the head and land these beautiful punches to the head.
All right, so that body continues to get ripped up. The judges are looking for damage and damaging. And that will do it. All right, so she gets the flush knockout here tonight, and you got to think this is going to lead to a lot of big fights the rest of the way this year.
Big opportunities are presented after you have a performance like this. She did an amazing job and got a massive knockout victory.
Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 52 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Takahashi.
All right, so when it comes to the women, she's still the class of the 125-pounders. And, man, you know, I don't want to say that it's going to take a massive effort to dethrone her, but she seems to be the head of the class and by a pretty significant margin right now.
Yeah, she seems to be far ahead of the pack. And every time you step into that octagon with this champion, you understand that you will have to be on your game or you're going to be turned away. Tonight, she turns away.
feel about the same as walking out to one of those backyard battles.
What do you mean?
I mean, maybe 2 titles on the line, but just another fight, right?
Serious, coach?
Hell no, you crazy? This is huge. This is legacy, Hall of Fame shit. But you ready? Whose time is it?
It's my time.
I'm sorry, whose time is it?
It's my time!
It's your time?
Yeah!
Then let's go!
Woo!
Put it 100%. Put it 100%. Put it 100%. My last breath.
All right, so here we go with this fight, one of the biggest in UFC history as she tries to become a simultaneous 2-division UFC champion. She made the walk tonight with 1 belt. She is trying to exit with 2 and stamp herself a UFC Hall of Famer. Absolutely incredible what is in front of this fighter here tonight. What a moment. All eyes are on the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion as she tries to succeed in defending the title yet again. She's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters, man or woman, on this roster, and prohibitively favored yet again in defense of her title.
I love her confidence. I just love the way she carries herself as the champion. You don't have to know she's the champ to know she's the champ, because when you look at her, she has that star ability about her. And even though she has that, all of it's rooted in her fighting ability. She is one of the best the Octagon's ever seen.
And I do think she could be a double champion, but she was sort of reticent to hear that conversation. She is focused on the task in front of her tonight. Our tale of the tape for this women's bantamweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Takahashi. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the world, Kayla Harrison.
Referee Herb Dean will handle the action in the octagon. All right, let's see how it goes for her here tonight.
That is a big shot to the head. I cannot believe she's still standing.
Well, she's able to get up. She's able to get her out of there now.
Great slip. Even though her opponent's throwing, she's not finding much success.
All right, half guard position for her here, and this is a spot where we've seen her have a lot of wild success. And now trying to trap an arm. Ooh, she might have this here.
That's tight.
All right, so she bails on the submission, favoring the position. Your thoughts on that?
John, she had it pretty tight, but she recognized she was going to lose it. So she kept the dominant position. I think that was very smart of her.
All right, so she's able to work her way back to her feet now. Man, she is just breaking her down with volume.
Oh, my goodness!
What a turn of events here inside this arena. An absolutely crazy flush knockout, and there's going to be no wiping that smile off her face tonight.
She's going to be smiling all the way to the bank after a knockout like that. What a performance. What a knockout. Unbelievable.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 54 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Takahashi.
All right, well, time for the naysayers to eat some crow. Congratulations to her, a two-division UFC champion. So few fighters have been in this rarefied air. She came in having dominated a division, and now she has won a belt in another. Absolutely incredible, as she adds her name to the list of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in UFC history.
I'm working hard while all of y'all took a week out. I don't want to hear what you did, that's cheap talk. If you just go talk, but we walk. We straightforward, got a plan, don't wait for it. We got a fam, I'm the greatest of all time. You just hated you small time. Son Paul couldn't be that. No, I don't want to see that. If I do, this is how I'm gonna react. I don't want excuses. I don't want no losers. I don't want to be around that energy, and you know this. You should already know what time it is. I'm getting results. I'm about my biz. There is no question who I'm moving with. If you don't do it big. You should already know what time it is. I'm getting results. I'm about my biz. There is no question who I'm moving with. If you don't do it big. I'm so tired of mediocrity. It's got me fired and wired. There is no stopping me. I'm back up in my zone and I watch them please. This phone is my possession like a philosophy. Is that your best try? You ain't going hard. If you ain't going hard, why you go it all? If leeches on your back, then you fly them all. There's a reason why they leeching and it's why they lost. If you a boss, then be a boss. Act right. I'm teeing off on all of y'all, I'm that hype. So if you wanna keep it going strong, go big or you going home. I don't want excuses. I don't want no losers. I don't wanna be around that energy, and you know this. You should already know what time it is. I'm getting results. I'm about my biz. There is no question who I'm moving with. If you don't do it big. You should already know what time it is. I'm getting results. I'm about my biz. There is no question who I'm moving with. If you don't do it big. Yeah, we do it big, y'all. 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 Do it big. Do it big. Do it big. You should already know what time it is. It results. I'm about my biz. There is no question who I'm moving with. If you gon' do it big. You should already know what time it is. I'm getting results. I'm about my biz. There is no question who I'm moving with. If you gon' do it big.
right, folks, here we go, and what a miraculous run it has been for this 135-pound woman. She fought for the belt back in the day, didn't get the title, everybody left her for dead, and look at her now.
She never believed that she was done. She knew that she would get back, even if everyone around her told her it would be very difficult. She put her head down, she went to work, and she's back now. And she feels like because of that journey, the ups and the downs, the torment that she had to go through, being depressed, not being the champion, all that has built her to be the person that can take the belt tonight.
A lot of valuable lessons learned. She's never looked better on the scale. Perhaps that will be an indicator of things to come tonight. So the top 10 of the UFC Women's Bantamweight division has never been deeper nor more talented than it is right now. And of course, they're all chasing the champion who gets back on the proving ground here in a big spot time.
You know, and she knows that she holds the belt in the division that's been around the longest. She replaces champions like Ronda Rousey, Amanda Nunes, Holly Holm, and Miesha Tate. All these great champions that came before her, she carries that as if it's a medal of honor to represent the history of this division in the best way. This woman is a savage, and she intends to keep that belt for a long time.
And in terms of muscle mass, body fat, I'm just not sure that she has ever been in the type of physical shape she is in advance of this title defense tonight. All right, now let's get to the tail of the tape for this Women's Bantamweight Championship fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Catland Benamino Vieira. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the World, Takahashi.
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready.
All right, so here she is, ladies and gentlemen, a woman who needs no introduction, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC champion. And man, has her popularity soared since her last title defense. She won that fight by knockout. She'll be looking to do the same here tonight. Certainly showing off some good hands here tonight. Back to the feet now.
This is big. That's big. Oh my goodness.
And there it is!
Oh my goodness.
Well, that right there is as good a knockout as we have seen in this division all year long. Show money, win money. You gotta think she's getting a bonus check as well.
She looked amazing, John, and she got the knockout finish that she wanted so badly. What a night for this young lady and her team.
We now go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 10 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout And still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Takahashi.
The bantamweight queen retains her title here tonight in a huge effort to get the job done. The belts are piling up, and
She did everything she intended to do in this fight. She knew where she held the advantages, and she stayed in her lane to retain her title.
I wonder if she would trade her new belt to you for one of the old ones.
She won a lot of the old ones. The old ones were better. I won. Why do you think I'm
Don't
hanging
say
around?
that. favorite here tonight, but there are a lot of people out there that believe this #1 bantamweight contender is the best 135-pound fighter on the planet. And at long last, she gets a chance to prove it.
She has told us constantly, anytime you are within range of her voice, she will tell you, I'm the best, I'm the champ. Give me an opportunity. She gets that opportunity. And she has lived this week as if she believes everything that she says. She has been sure. She has been confident. That is all rooted in her preparation, which to everyone that knows has been tremendous.
And both champion and challenger have a lot of skills, but this particular contender believes this is the best matchup for her in this top 5. We'll see if she can defend the win. Well, when you're the champion, you cannot rest on your laurels, and she certainly has not done that. She has gotten better with every passing defense of this UFC Bantamweight Championship, and she's got another significant challenger in her wake tonight.
She gets better every time she steps into the octagon. She understands the importance of defending this belt and defending it the right way. That's why she is such a long-reigning champion. She isn't a flash in the pan. She does not want to be here for the right now. She wants to be remembered. And in a division that had so many great champions in the past, she has to build a resume that can't be matched if she wants it to happen.
She's done a lot of visualization, a lot of meditation, strategization, and she believes without a shadow of a doubt that she will leave once again as the champion tonight. Our tale of the tape for this women's Bantamweight Championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Raquel Rocky Pennington. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the World, Takahashi.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. All right, so here we go with this women's championship fight. She won her last fight by knockout, successfully defended the title. And in this division, a lot of women have succumbed to her power. They think they know what's coming, but once they feel it in the octagon, it's a totally different animal. So obviously, the #1 contender tonight believes she's prepared for what's coming back. We'll see how she deals with the early offensive onslaught from the champion. Early action here in round 1, and this kickboxer does not discriminate, constantly changing the speed and the tempo of her strikes. Blasted one to the midsection.
I mean, that body shot really does hurt. Whether it's a punch, it's a kick, but you do generate more power when you're throwing your entire bottom half into an attack. She has got to continue blasting these body kicks.
Back to the stand-up now, both fighters upright. Massive head kick.
Another massive head kick lands.
Digs right into the body, and she is clearly hurt, DC.
She's hurt very bad. I don't know if she's going to be able to recover from this.
Oh, high amplitude head kick. And now a left.
Now we're going.
Oh, she's in a world of trouble now.
Fantastic fight by both of these women. High-level striking, great cardio, great fight.
Pennington's cut, folks. Nasty cut on her lip just opened up.
There it is again. Look at it. She's getting up. Yep. She's a lot of trouble, John. She's going to have to be so smart to
battling there as she reverses position on the ground. Well, no surprise here. She backs off and welcomes her opponent back to the feet. Big head kick. Under a minute to go in what has been a wild round one. Man, she's hurt her opponent several times in this round. We acknowledge the durability on the other side, but how about just getting aggressive and finishing this fight?
You know, she doesn't take many chances inside the octagon. Right now is a time where she should take chances. She should be going forward, putting a lot of activity out there, and trying to end her opponent's night.
Back to her feet now. Good sign for her there. Oh, that's a heavy kick down. Oh, saved by the bell. Huge shot stunned her just before the end of the round. And now you see her walking back to that stool, a little bit unsure of herself. We'll see if her corner can get her head back in this fight. Might have been on the wrong end of a 10-8 there at the end of that round. Huge knockdown just before the end of the frame. All right, so we will see another round here. Sat her opponent down there in that previous round with a punch.
Surprisingly, we are going forward because I thought it was over.
Ready to fight?
I saw that punch land. We started to yell. We started to scream. We thought the fight was done, but we moved forward because her opponent is so tough and she's so skilled that she can't get there again.
Oh, she's got a roundhouse kick in the arsenal of DC, and she put it to good use there. All night, she did not miss there.
She's been looking for it, and she finally got it, and now she's going to see if she can close the night.
Right block.
Oh, nice right hand. Oh, nice combination.
That'll do it!
Wow! Wow!
That is as clean a knockout as you will ever see, and certainly the signature win of her career today.
You don't get many like this. She said that she was going to knock her opponent out, and that is exactly what she did. What a performance.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 54 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Takahashi.
Well, not unlike the great Israel Adesanya, she doesn't hope and pray. She aims and fires, and she is still the UFC Women's Bantamweight champ.
What a great champion that rules atop this division. She's the queen of the world in one of the UFC's best women's divisions.